What do you get when you mix Night Lords cruelty with World Eaters rage? Absolute nightmare fuel. Today we're turning World Eaters Jakhals into savage fear-worshipping cultists for my Night Lords army. Hey hobby fiends, welcome back to the channel. This is another chapter in my Night Lords project series, where I'm build and paint a Terra-themed army full of lightning bolts, flayed skin and nightmare aesthetics. In this video, we'll be painting World Eaters Jakhals into Chaos Cultists for the Night Lords. Because in the 41st millennium, even cannon fodder should strike fear. So let's jump in. As always, I started by priming these models with Vallejo black primer for a solid and smooth base. Then I gave them a quick dry brush of Vallejo game color wolf grey to help bring out the details, though honestly this step didn't matter much in the end, as I was chasing a darker palette overall, so that light grey didn't play a huge role, but it did help with some early definition while painting. For the skin, I used Army Painter's agate skin. Two thin coats should give you a nice smooth surface without clogging any of the muscle details. Once that dries, I apply a generous wash of Vallejo skin wash. And here's a tip, let this dry for a full 45 minutes. No shortcuts, let the shade settle in. When that is fully dry, I went back in with agate skin, carefully reapplying it while leaving the wash in the muscle recesses. As I did this, I tried to follow the natural muscle striations with the brush. It really helps to give that pumped up, jacked look these maniacs deserve. For the final highlight, I use Army Painter's Barbarian Flesh, focusing on just the tops of the muscles and following the same striations with the fine lines to make everything pop. Their armor was done in the classic Night Lord style. I started with a base coat of Vallejo game color night blue, rich and dark, just the way I like it. Next, I highlighted with Ultramarine blue, focusing on the ridges and raised panels. For the final edge highlight, I mixed in Ultramarine blue and Army Painter's Ice Yellow 50/50. That gave me a spectral blue that still fits the grimdark vibe, but adds enough contrast to catch the eye. For all the leather areas like the boots, the straps, the wrappings, and the leather pants were all base coated with Vallejo black primer. To highlight this, I mixed in black primer with ice yellow from Army Painter 50/50. I mainly focused on all the raised areas and folds of the leather pants, all the straps and wrappings. For all the red elements like the plumes, cloth and weapon straps, I started with a single rough coat of bloody red from Vallejo. Then I shaded the recesses with a thinned Vallejo Game Color dark red. I applied 2 thin coats while waiting for the first to dry before hitting it again. Once that was done, I went back with bloody red to re-establish the high points, again using 2 thin coats to build up a nice smooth gradient. The silver areas like chains, weapon teeth and backpacks I kept simple but effective. I used Army Painter's metallic broadsword silver as a base. That gives me a nice cold metal look right out of the pot, no wash needed yet, but I might dirty them up later in the series. And finally for the skulls and bones. I started with Army Painter's skeleton bone as a base coat. Then I used Vallejo Xpress Color bag of bones for the wash. I let it sink into those recesses. After that had dried, I went back in with skeleton bone, leaving the wash in the cracks and recesses. Then I finished it all off with a highlight of Army Painter's bleach bone, hitting the brows, cheekbones and edges. This gave an instant bone realism. And that's it. Your Chaos Cultists are ready to wreak havoc in the name of the Night Lords. Twisting the World Eaters Jakhals into these savage followers has been one of my favorite parts of this project. If you've been enjoying the Night Lords project series, make sure you like and comment and subscribe. And hey, let me know in the comments what kind of basing scheme you think would work best. I haven't locked it in yet, so I'd love to hear your ideas. Until next time, stay grim, stay dark, and stay heretical.